back to possibly taking rubble.
Now, Talon has to remember that we still have the relay boat and the paranoia left over here. Persia spots one, pushes them back. That's one turn taken over, but still no relay boat. You heard two weapons. Talon has to be very wary of their spacing right now. Relay boat goes out, but GravNet just to counteract. Governor
smoke as well. They continue to push out. Dambi comes back in, but Governor for the trade.
Governor getting ahead was so big there, and then the coverage as well. Governor not being left on an island way out front. I love the proactivity from Talon so far. And now Premi, he's going to trip the wall well ahead of time so his team can flood in. The confidence right now from Premi to just pick these fights. I mean, you only have 30 seconds, so Premi kind of has to survive, but that's not a problem for Premi. He's just going to win out that 1v1 against Margaret.
That is truly confident. He's sitting on smokes, but he's not even using them. Not needed. And Ben comes back in for that refill back into his backside as well. Now the final one, Francis, footsteps completely heard. A simple tap from Ben will do the trick.
More of his plans, anything like that, but we'll see if that changes on this round. Talon would love to try to get up the ult economy, and Persia gonna win out on that stun fight, and Francis, he's gonna find an opening as well. Persia just drop shots onto Governor, and Nongshim just like that answers right back. Spike stranded over by Rubble, and Premi all alone.
Quick with the little adjustments, and that's gonna be that. I mean, Premi now with the spike down, you're gonna have to come back and fight your way through.
Now this could be where Premi shines a little bit. So
yeah.
Nongshim's gonna have to give respect. All right, there's the stun as well. They know it hit, and that's the setup for Margaret. Nice patience coming in from Nongshim.
Setup. You got Jit Boys marking down pillars, while the rest of them are also kind of coming back into, poke and prod a little bit back towards Rubble.
On just going to get broken up. Cruz trying to keep them tied up. And so with that Odin spam, you're going to have two people still tied up on A, but immediate rotate from Dambi. He gets the call. Francis wants to focus on C, and they know they tag someone on B main as well. So Dambi's already there for the crossfire. Here comes the Nightfall, the flying through, and Governor's going to get it. Annihilation denies the crossfire as well. Trade denied. Shearwall will buy time. Only 13 seconds left on the clock. Francis, for now, all alone on the site. He gets one. Ivy eventually goes down. Francis good for two, and now it's up to Persia, the big brother of Nongshim, up against three. Oh, was that enough time?
I don't
Persia
think so.
thinking no, and it's not going to be enough time. He gets the clutch. He wanted something fishy. Got a lot of information for that. Now, it's the same setup. You still got the relay bolt. You still got the paranoia. How do they want to do this? This time, Governor tries to get ahead. That worked last time, and it works this time. He's going to sit way far ahead in the smoke. Persia still good for drop shots. What is that? 3 now in this map. But eventually, Talon wins out on the Rubble area.
And with that trade, possibly a little bit more timing and pacing to get further into the A side. But just as they were about to do that, the Astra comes up with the smoke. Ivy now already back in position to hold off A. Still, though, they go through Baby Door. It's only just Francis here with the judge. Might be able to spot off Ben, and he does cut him down at the torso, but the spike will go down from Cruz.
Yeah, this actually gives a nice chance for Nongshim because they've got us around. So Talon has to push out together on one side, eliminate a member of Nongshim. That's the idea right now from Talon, both hiding in a crossfire. No, doubled up in the smoke. Timing against the Astra. Perfectly read from Premi. And as soon as they hear the star go up, now they know the location of Margaret. Premi on for 3, looking for the 4K. Low health, but he still peeks out, and he will secure his own kills. Well, Margaret, thankful that he can stay alive, but he is going to have to take a much backward position. So right now, relying on that Arc Rose as that extra layer of delay, and Dambi looks like it's just spammed through the smoke.
Actually found him. Unlucky, but still, now Francis gets to push up front towards B, finds Jit Boys on an isolated duel. This does not look too good for Talon in the round.
Yeah, they knew they had him pinched down, right? The door opens, they don't see him, but he was already in B main, so where's he got to be? Governor's ready to pick that one up, but do they expect Dambi to be on that left corner? Nongshim constantly being ready. Another crossfire set up on the C side as well. Margaret's low, but there's 2 members close. Ivy now going a bit further out. You know that the double blast packs are available, and you know that the pain shell is available as well from Governor. So Nongshim's just giving that space.
Down to the execute. They're gonna have to time it really well though. There's the grab net, but oh, look, it's just Ivy able to get in with a micro flicks. 2 kills down, and it's just Ben onto the other side. Oh, by the relay bolt. Dambi comes in and slaughters him down.
Move to break that, to try to put some pressure back on.
Could be the op. They don't know. Talon doesn't know that it's there.
Yeah, and Premi doesn't have anything to scout out. It's just going to be a straight duel if he does go, and Persia is just out of there right behind Governor, and they're able to bait out the showstopper as well. Perfect bait and switch here from Nongshim, recognizing the threat that's coming through. Governor will do what he can up front. He will secure the site, and so that should lead to the spike being planted, but Nongshim's already here. 3 members arrived.
Yeah, did play it safe. but he wanted to come back in to just maybe try to hold the side a little second longer for the rest of his team. Unfortunately goes down, but here comes Danby in with the overdrive, gets down 2! Now he's going back in the tree, spotted out the shorty, he's forcing the bullets away, now coming back in, but oh, Jitboy switches back to the primary weapon, now down to Francis for the trade. Primi coming back in on his own as well, but Ivy sticking onto the spike, gets up and halfway, and there's the burst! Ivy with the poison vines to take down Talon in the last round of the first half. Oh, heck yeah. I mean, these guys deserve an award for how strong their mental is, but right now, just sliding into the C site, unfortunately hit by the right click of Jitboys.
Yeah, that's also a very classic Nongshim thing to do.
Danby.
Is Danby just going a little too far out, a little too much on his own. And Talon, I mean, you saw the same thing. They back away, they just make sure it's 2v1. And now we'll see if the retake can happen 5v4, but Nongshim now recognizing, yeah, they don't have the numbers, so they'll try to extend their reach. It is planted for them even from backside.
It is all 4 though. I feel as though this is a little bit risky.
I don't mind it, because even if you get spotted, it's hard to expect that it's going to be all 4. Now, of course, now the site is all clear, so Talon should know very well where they're at. Oh my goodness, that is a huge spot, and Persia just jumps through all of it.
Uh-oh. And it's going to be their barrier match that kind of undoes them a little bit. Ivy still spamming through, though. Primi coming back in just to trade off, and he gets the final headshot as well. Governor sticking the spike to completion.
For online for Governor, so he's looking for a trap play over by B. Still has the paint shells as well. Just a fast hit. Pushes them out. So much pressure. No util answer back, and Margaret ready for the trap. Swings out and lands the headshot.
That is ridiculously fast. It was a judge in Governor's hands, but now that's all gone. Possibly B split now coming out from Nongshim. They note that they have the space. Talon's still hovering up around stairs, maybe looking back in to refill heaven, but everything's been blocked off now by the stars. Danby picks up the judge and gets into spot.
Yeah, that's the weapon he wants. Now Talon, they have to hope that Ban is able to pick up a kill or 2, but he needs to put pressure from behind so the main forces can get through. They're trying to reposition. He gets 1, goes for the fast reload, wants to make sure he has 2. There's the swing out, and Ban's gonna get taken out. Meanwhile, Danby's still alive with a judge, not able to land it onto the next target. Now entering the site, 2v3, no time for any further util. No, not much util left. In fact, Cruz will go for the tap. Trying to draw them out. Persia's nice and clean with the Sheriff. Takes off Primi's head, and Cruz all alone meets Margaret in the smoke, and Nongshim will lead once again 9-8.
Setup, they saw the paranoia, and they just spammed in the one spot. Now, a bit of nightfall from Cruz to try to fend them off and hold, but Persia gets ahead with the From the Shadows. That might allow for Nongshim to maybe slip through.
They're trying to surround that A side, back up. Almost arriving on Talon, but they still don't have clean information, but it doesn't matter if Francis lands shots like that. Sight now opened up by sheer force. Danby sliding through, gets the duel with Primi. Primi's gonna win out this time. High-low set up by Governor. Primi dropping down. They know they have to go fast. Showstopper online. Primi uses the not dead yet, buys time for his teammates. Now down to a 2v2. Primi has to go out for the kills. He needs to find him. Nongshim is just gonna wait it out. They don't want to give this fight, but they have to check the spike. It doesn't matter. They'll gun him down, and they'll gun down Governor too. Somewhere eventually to take the fight to him and to make sure you have an advantage. But now Talon, they just have to hold defaults, relying on these sonic sensors being enough, which, by the way, Danby's been very good at tripping with those jump outs.
He always gets back into safety. Right now, just checking if there is any kind of trap outside of B. They do note that it's a high-low setup. So then, maybe the mid-round call straight into C. They see that, all right, if there's 2 out to B, maybe it's just this ban around C and we can kind of trip those sonic sensors and go straight in. Baited out the GravNet. And of course, Talon comes in with quick rotation just in time as well, but then the Nightfall. Annihilation from Ban too!
Yeah, Danby kind of left alone, but the back has to arrive. Margaret's going to open up the shots first. Cruz goes for the trade, but there's the overdrive, and he is just running amok on that C site. Nobody able to find their targets anymore. And now Talon looking to just hold. Jitboy still just not aware if there is anyone further on the flank, but he will have to join up. 2v4. You give this up, it's map point, so Talon, they'll go for it, but it's not looking great. Hear the footsteps in water, tries to go for the swing out, finishes off the kill. Governor good for the first one. Danby answers back. Jitboys, he knows the answer of 1, but he has no idea where the rest of the other members are. Trying to peek out, gives an opportunity for the shorty. Yeah, I mean, you have almost no util on Primi as well. It was just a one singular smoke, and you just lost Governor. I mean, you have lost so much power. This judge has to find value. He gets one, but that's just gonna be it. Persia says, all right, that site opened up, boys. Let's go. Paranoia comes through. Cruz gets one. Probably comes out. You know he's on the other side of the corner. Persia, he will back out because you already have space on the B site. Nongshim is just everywhere on Lotus.
So quick and so fluid to take down B, but at least Cruz will be able to find that frag against Persia. Maybe a little bit timing to get back through blue door now, but at the same time, it's the two players from Nongshim, Francis and Ivy, trying to hold up in elevated positions.
Spots one. See where the other is. Ivy waiting for it, but now they decide they are just going to stick to it. They're trying to hide them away, and it's a 1v1, and Primi doesn't lose those as he will secure the round, give Talon another chance.
Into A, Governor with the judge right around the door.
I mean, Nongshim's seen this before, so I don't think they're going to make the same mistake. He tries to spread out the angles, but it's not going to find it. But do you expect second judge? Not quite, but they will battle through it.
Still with the numbers, able to come back into Swarm. Now it's just Cruz working alongside Primi. Unfortunately, Cruz will be the first to fall. The next is going to be Primi. All that's left is just Ban. At map point, he's caught nothing but a judge.
It's not looking good for Ban. He was hoping, he was waiting that there would be a turnaround, a flank, whatever it might be. He'll land the shot. He gets a weapon. 1v3. Margaret's low, so it is still doable.
Has GravNet as well.
Now Nongshim just keeping spread out, not giving him these fights, forcing him to clear every single angle. Spots the spike. He wants to clear out the obvious locations first. Finds one, finds two, but not quite the third. Now just because they're running that double initiator or not, but for now it's just a straight up brawl here in Bads.
In with the GravNet too. Already the pickups for Talon. Ben on the other side of A short as well. They just barreled all the way through into the A site.
Now I'm just curious. Like, if Talon just played Bind all three maps, would they just beat every team in Pacific? Because they look so confident. I mean, sure, it's a pistol and you can come in with a set play and things like that, but it's already just a steamroll through the site. Cruz and Primi very low, but that shouldn't really stop them. Obviously, Cruz far out from the site as well. There's that barrier mesh. I mean, we talk about it every time on the pistol round. It is just going to be not a mesh anymore, just a straight up barrier itself, as Nongshim finally being allowed to get back into the site.
Okay, Frenzy maybe to launch an assault from Lamps, but he saw two players already. It's already a tough spot. Tries to go for a spray transfer. Not quite the SMG or anything like that, so unfortunately falls, and Persia jumping into the smoke. Easy shot for Primi back there.
Looking out, they also don't have that toxic screen successfully going all the way through towards Bads as well, so you always need members here. The relay boat's not going to hit Dumby. You need to realize that. He doesn't quite set up the fast lane. Almost gets the double nonetheless, but they will eventually get the pinch. Two people still in showers. Talon, they know they need to fight through this if they want some space. They don't get it anymore, so it's a push out to back site, and then it's going to be an instant surround for Nongshim to answer right back. Draws out the GravNet against Talon's Eco here, just with that Hero Guardian.
Oh, okay. A little bit of slight whiff, but
full health, Jit Boys. And Jit Boys will... The three members of Nongshim Talon's Eco. Oh, a nice shot, but not going to land on the head. And Domby will get away with his life. Draws out the GravNet against Talon's Eco here, just with that Hero Guardian.
oh, okay. A little bit of slight whiff, but recovers just in time to take Cruz down.
Yeah, but Ban's still holding that long angle. I mean, Nongshim not quite covering for their teammates and perhaps not expecting the Guardian coming out either. They are going to pay for that. So now the full stack, you already have Francis covering Fountain on the other side of the map. So the three members of Nongshim here, just looking for the trades against each other. Pain Shells pushes him out. Persia has to walk out. He gets caught just in the last second by the Annihilation. Domby, relay boat. Does he push out? It's a timing pinch from either side, but only Ivy surviving. Maybe that's just enough. Takes down more members. It's just down to Jit Boys. Goes across the Cosmic Divide. He spots him. Ivy looking for the fight. Jit Boys, he's aware that it's a 1v2. Francis, haunt spotted at full health. Jit Boys, the timing on the peak. Francis baits him out with the tap. Jit Boys is just going to hold true. He gets the timing, waits for Francis to check the 50-50, and Jip Boys will get the Red Bull clutch. Oh, push out, being lower on that eco. You do have that hero rifle on Persia. That's what they want to set up for. It's the scout, and then the double peek, triple peek. It just continues. How many members are on here? Talon, it doesn't matter. They got to start to make a run towards that A site. They have to just give up the weapons.
So just starting things off with a little bit of a read, but it is Ivy isolated on the A site. He's going to have to try to hold lamps for dear life. Spots out Cruz on a swivel, but Cruz is able to swing right back against him. Domby fires up some shots. The rest of the team just trying to rotate on over.
Yeah, Domby arriving just in time to make sure that at the very least he pushes them back away from the back of sight. That's going to tag 2 people, so you know 2 are trapped here. Showstopper comes out for a counter delay. Governor's just playing for time, and he'll get exactly what he gambled for.
All right, sends it, and that's a bit of a signal for Domby to start his assault in with the overdrive. Gets a little bit more space alongside the hunt. Spots Governor out by the other side of the lamps, but ooh, Governor able to tag and spray him down. Jitboy still holding on the off angle, but no, in Astral form, he gets caught by the Sheriff. Now the rest of the team continues on with their onslaught. Jumping right click into Governor. Cruz has to hold it up from Cubby, but no! Margaret with the sprays, the spike goes off. Unfortunately, still around for Talon.
Here in VCT Pacific, but no time to celebrate as we move right on in. Judge at the ready, Cosmic Divide right off the bat, and this means Talon, they're not really going to care about showers at all for the time being.
Yeah, they're happy to kind of just work their way around the A site without the showers control. Nongshim are the ones who have to kind of work the angles around. It's not going to be easy, man. At the other time, it's going to be Ivy up around towards maybe the backside of Spawn or Heaven. Margaret trying to kind of launch a bit of a flank through.
Ban has to get this. Ban has to get the win, and he will. That means the rest of his teammates can still watch for that. Ban can still create that crossfire. It's going to be a lot of delay. There's the Thrash as well. I love it. Just the proactivity just to buy some time. You don't need to greed for the kills, because otherwise they still have to deal with all this util delay over on the spike itself. Ban good for another kill here on the flank. They're trying to go for the spray. Persia sprays down through the smoke with the Phantom. Governor all alone, stops it at half.
Has the judge.
Timing, no, not gonna land it. Now working off of the Razor Vines and the Flash and the potential Poison Cloud over by Short. That shuts down A side pretty much. For all the delay possible, you just have to hold on. The Toxic Screen, where is it? You're just out in the open fighting. And now Domby, Relay Bolt comes up fast lane. He wants to fight as he always does, but that is exactly where sometimes he will fall as he gets too close to the sun. And Talon once again shutting down any attempt at holding onto the site from Nongshim.
They're carrying forward with that steel confidence as well. I mean, Talon not really slowing down. Cruz, unfortunately, will be the one to fall, but at least they are able to hold a lot of this space and gather more information because of that ban. Able to keep himself posted up inside of elbow. Spots another play. Ooh! Does get dinked, though, and has to kind of throw down that mosh pit to buy a little bit more time and save. Orbital Strike comes out from Persia to clear a little bit more space, but at the same time, a bit of a trap in. Oh, Ivy's still able to land a flick, though, but Primi comes back onto the trade. It's just Persia. Gets the shot on towards Primi and hides inside of the smoke to try to stick it through, but Boys, B hops in with the Vandal to take the pop shot right in his face. B to keep going in with that quick paced hit. So maybe looking for the A short execute again, but here's that sheer wall, right? Maybe able to block them off for the time being. Steel guarding immediately procced, but here comes Ban as well. Comes in for the shot. Jim Boys from the back!
The trades were so good. Baits out the ultimate, potentially being out the sheer wall. Governor immediately takes a U-turn, and the long-range guns from back aren't quite hit by the steel guard, but Francis, nice and clean with it. Domby extends, resets the fight. There's the relay bolt, but Governor's ready for it. He's had that judge. He was waiting to serve Domby a bit of his own medicine.
How you like them apples? Francis and Margaret now. One from the front, one from the back. But still nonetheless noted by Talon. Goes in for a bit of a burst to buy the attention away for Francis to maybe creep up front, but at the same time, Cruz so ready to turn around. Meanwhile, Margaret has so many more targets. Goes in for the 90-degree flick, but then comes Primi right from underneath Heaven. Gets the shot. Talon ends the first half. A little bit fanned out across the map.
Talon, it's just a complete surround. All they want is one, and they'll get it for free. Primi still going to be of Margaret. It looks like it. Not sure if they heard, not sure if they saw, or if it's just a re-clear, but it's going to be a great wide swing, that's for sure. And now Talon leading in numbers 4-2. Nongshim, they're just going to split up. They're going to take the 1v1s. Talon, they were waiting to group up as 3, but that has spent a lot of time, a lot of space for them to have to re-clear. Ivy going to work on that delay. He can use that on a timing, and that's going to start to pressure Nongshim or Talon quite a bit on this retake. So Cruz creeping in. He should find Persia. Yeah, they just had their backs against each other. And now he turns around, and that should be the call. Ivy now stuck on the site. The Han finds him. Governor lands the shot. And set up for again. There's the Prowler. Gets cleared for him. Well, they know he's stuck. Could just go for the spam through the wall. You know the seize is there, and Governor holds true to his faith. Lands the shot eventually. Francis down. No information on that side of the map anymore. And now, Margaret, he'll have to rejoin, but on this force buy here from Nongshim, it's not looking great.
Still okay for now. Primi to hold out Garden.
Oh, the grab net timing so good as well. And now Ban just needs to wait. It is a bit of a tricky angle. He has to make sure he lands the timing, and he'll just get the shots right onto Margaret. The Sonic Sensor doing its job.
Nongshim gets on the site, but not quite safe enough to really stick it through. They're going to try to do it inside of the 2, but okay, Dambi takes out Ban. Might have a big pickup 2. Ivy with the Guardian shots back in towards Elbow, though. That does even out the odds a little.
Persia resets. You've already closed off the other side with the Judge. Ivy, he needs to win these fights. He's waiting for the double swing out, but it's okay. Dombi gets it on the other side. Dombi's going for the swing, the slide, and the double pump. Dombi gets the 4K to keep Nongshim in the game.
Dombi alongside the rest of the team. They were able to strike back against him. Ban tried to do his best to really hold, but down to the Stinger coming back with the assault against him. Ivy finding the shot in towards Elbow. That just gives a little bit more space as well. And down to it, even though Talon had the weaponry, somehow Dombi in with the slides still finds the range on that Judge.
Governor trying to bait one in. A perfect timing from Margaret, but Governor gets out with his life, so he'll be safe for the time being. Meanwhile, they just wait for the smoke to drop, and Talon, it's a firing squad waiting for Nongshim. They finally get what they want. The grab net keeps them at bay. They should hear that. The pin getting pulled out. There's the Prowler just to be safe, but that gives him too much time. Francis stays alive and takes them all out. I mean, Nongshim, and they creep all the way into showers during all this time. They're finally going to spot somebody, but there's the Steel Garden, so knowing that they should have the weapons advantage, there's the overdrive as well. Dombi, okay, I was getting a little afraid that he might chase all the way through because he does that sometimes, but for now, Nongshim will secure that A site.
Able to hold. Margaret does have Snakebite as well, but okay. Bit of a nightfall right back at them, coming out from Cruz.
Yeah, just one tag, so that's going to be the full chase from Thrash. Lamps pushed all the way through, but the Razorvine prevents a follow-up from Talon. There's a fast lane coming back up as well to deny information. Mask, if anyone's, refilled the site. Now Governor jumping through, Showstopper online. Nongshim will just wait for it. They still haven't heard the spike being tapped. Eventually gets Dombi from close range. You've now taken over the site, but can you survive the Yuto? They can't quite knock away the Molly. Half done by Wingman. Persia gets taken out. Francis deleted from showers. One more for Cruz, and it all comes down to Margaret, but he just doesn't have the vision, and the defuse comes through for Talon. Another set play. They used to do this a lot with the grab net towards showers, just keeping them trapped in. Make sure they don't have a choice. It's going to be orbital strike on Lamps this time. Just allows Dombi to try to pinch onto showers if necessary. Dombi gets slowed down by the Dizzy. There's a TP that comes through, but the Nongshim team, they are already on site. Francis, he's going to gun down at least one, but he catches sight of 2 more members. Spike already planted. Ivy waiting in Bass, gets taken down. Talon, they might have an opening to finally try to close this map. Cruz finds Persia, not looking. Nightfall used. Talon just need the one Cosmic Divide. They're not close by the short side, and it's just going to be a swing out, and Primi will make sure that Talon has one more map in him.
Gives them a little bit more assistance, but right now, Nongshim, especially with that Teo, does allow them to move across the map a little bit more fluidly. Altor picked up. Margaret still trying to hold outside of a ramp.
Yeah, he knows that there's at least 2 people here, so he calls for support. It's going to be a little bit late, so he has to run all the way over to mid. And they're just going to say, okay, if they've already pushed out that far over to A main, we're just going to try to take control of mid.
And take control of mid they will. Dombi further back into possibly stairs as well. I mean, I don't know where he's going at this point. A little bit out into rafters, back into stairs, back in towards the B site, alongside the rest of the team. Still, Margaret has to hold off stairs now. The Boombot finding a lot. Dombi back in underneath Hell with the right clicks.
Yeah, Cam finally getting cleared out as well. Domby was stuck there with the grab net, so eventually he will be able to escape just a bit late. Salvo going to allow for Domby to go for the wraparound, puts that pressure on. So Talon, they now can't go for the immediate flood. Ban has to watch for the flank, and that keeps him tied up. Domby making it sound like he's escaped, and that's just going to be the bait for Ban. But Primi already now pushing through from the side. The defuse is going through. Can they make sure they block it with the Yuto for the time being? There's the fault line support. Primi will escape just in time. Domby lands one at long range, and he's trying to fight the swing around. 24 HP, but Primi wins out, and eventually Persia, can he get here on time? Not quite. The defuse goes through. Now, I'm liking the salvos going deep into ramps. You're ready to fight close, clears out, you know, behind the box, behind the wall, right at vents. And then you had the extra stars as well to make sure once you take that space, you're able to hold on to it, that it would be disadvantageous for Talon to try to immediately re-clear. So, all right, this is something we should continue to see, whether it's mid or ramps, almost every single round from Nongshim. But then, yeah, how do you draw out some of these guiding lights? There it is, the trade with the stealth drone.
There's one. Oh, the suppress is good, but the sonic sensor is pretty interesting as well. I mean, they're going to have to trip that at the very least. Domby will be able to note it once he's close enough. There it is.
Yeah, breaks it, waiting for a swing out. I mean, again, it's the bonus round for Talon, so Nongshim is just kind of playing, all right, well, where are you guys hiding? Like, where are the judges? Where are the other weaponry? Where are you trying to just kind of bait us in to an easy fight? Domby just trying to bait out a stray shot or two. Margaret will try to blindly fire as we see the spike get planted. It is planted for Heaven, and you do have Ivy waiting by ramps.
Still just holding. Spike down, and of course Talon trying to flood back in. Can't wait to see what they're gonna do. It's the annihilation straight out from screens.
Yeah, it just lands right there in the corner, all the way across the map, and that's going to pull one member away. Domby now has to fight for his life on this side. It's not going to work out. They're already all there. I mean, you might have some utility, but I don't think it's going to be enough. You have the fault line, trying to get them off of it. Keeps them at bait. He lands the shot from long range. That gives Margaret time to swing around over to Heaven. They're still fighting for their life. They have to get through. They have to get the spam, but Chip Boys, oh! The shot comes through from Persia, and that is just in time for Nongshim.
Talon, though, still keeping things varied up across the entire map. Stars up towards mid, a bit more pressure from Nongshim, but once again, just picking up the alt orb from Garage. Well, ooh, this time, Margaret a little bit caught outside of ramps. Three players looking to try and spam him down. Oh, just for 1 second, the cage goes off, and they spotted him.
Yeah, no way to get out of that one, but that's good util investment, because now you can keep your eye set onto that B site. You've got some tripwires just for delay, just to see information on the setups in the post plant, but they will slowly get cleared out one by one. You still have control of Valley, you still have control of Heaven, so it's not a bad shot for Talon as they look at a 5v4 retake, but a nice first shot from Francis is going to even things up.
Cosmic Divine right there to block off Garage, but still trying to keep them pinched down around the pillars. Nongshim will continue to fight. Unfortunately, though, Ivy falls, and it's just Persia, who has been noted, tries to swing out around it, but two targets, a little bit staggered in their positions, and they're able to gun him down. Well, they were thinking about the alt orb at first, but right now, maybe truly back in towards mid. There is a star there from Jit Boys, though. Two players to hold outside of mailroom. Nongshim with a creep up.
So Nongshim, they will just have to kind of battle through right now. Zero information. They only have a little bit of vision in through B Garage, but no information, quite frankly, on the A site. They're just watching to see if anyone's pushing aggressively with that camera from Margaret. So playing a bit scared. It's a high-low. He spots one. Might have spotted both, in fact. So he's going to back away. Notices that it's the sky. Getting that information. Stealth drone. Domby holding close, but immediately Governor says, get the heck out of here! And he will shut down the Neon. No entry for you.
So good so far. Talon has been able to meet Nongshim every step of the way. Now, possibly with the paint shells as well, to continue to fend them off and hold. He holds such a tight angle up around the edge of Rafters, while the rest of the team here to ready and play around it as well. Cosmic Divide comes up, and that's the signal for Governor going for a quick peek. Takes out at least one. Margaret down to low HP. Jit Boys onto the other side. Flicks the angle up towards Heaven and continues to hold outside of Garage. That's Persia down. All that's left, Francis out from hell, trying to find a bit more spacing, but tied and stunned up. Primi gets the final frag. Talon up to 8. But nothing really found just yet.
Oh, the salvos being used nice and early just to clear out space, but this time they'll make sure they secure it. Up through heaven, it's a crossfire. Governor, he's caught out. He just wanted to wait to see if Domby would repeat. But that is going to be a surround here. Primi needs to win that. He's going to hold on to heaven. That'll keep Nongshim locked up just a bit. Allows for his teammates to re-enter. Everyone is tagged up. They still don't expect Domby to remain there. And now it's Ivy. It's just a ping pong back and forth, the bait and switch. Domby swings out again. Primi's ready for it.
Alongside the dog, Ivy holds really far back just to keep them a little bit interested or create enough pressure that they're going to keep thinking about that towards the back of their minds. Meanwhile, the rest of the team from Nongshim to hold around the site, screens, as well as the back of the elbow.
Ivy wasn't spotted by that guiding light, so there's a timing here for him to strike back. It's a nice crossfire for now on the site between Francis and Persia. Francis not to win it, but there's the fault line. The annihilation to keep him at bay. It does land, so Ban, in a 1v1, you just need to win this fight! But Persia says no! Of that raid boss. See if it's going to be successful. Smoke comes out, but he is not going to stop. He jumps all the way through it, lands a headshot onto Persia. That opens things up for Talon immediately. It's a quick turnaround from heaven. There's a good tag, and Domby jumps down, but Primi's ready for it. Trade from Francis, but Spike's still down, and Ban still hidden in the middle of the map.
I think he hopped over, so he was kind of hurt out by Francis, and there it is. A shot from the flank, picks up the ghost, and maybe a slight opportunity for Nongshim to find a retake. Now, all the way through the back of garage, actually.
Yeah, just banking on the fact that there is nobody in garage. He'll have to quickly clear it. The flash just to keep their attention tied up. Jit Boys found. There's the stun. Pushes him away. Don't think he was hit, and Jit Boys is ready for it. That's a swivel 180. Ivy now pushing forward. Has to find the 1v1s, but this is one of the worst angles for it. And Jit Boys with a triple will give Talon every single pistol tonight. To be the orb given over. Showstopper online. Domby with a nice 2-tap with the judge.
Yeah, Ben getting a little bit too adventurous possibly. He's just trying to find as much information as possible around the A site, but now you found it. It's a judge around the top of ramps. The rest of the team will have to work with what they've got now. From garage, from mid. Dog doesn't find anything much outside of male.
Persia, he's waiting for them to try to creep in, maybe with just contact. There's the gravity well, but Governor's already passed it. Finds one, finds two with the Guardian. A 180 opens things up for Primi.
Oh my god. And that's the site now. Possibly Spike planted as well. Baramash instantly to block things off. Spike picked up. Or at least able to just get that plant in while Cruz holds back site. Look at Francis off from heaven.
Sonic Sensor heard close. So Margaret quite well aware of it. Primi finds sight of Francis. They each know the position of one. Cruz still holding all the way back, trying to get a little bit of a heal onto Primi. Margaret finds this opening, but there's the Sonic Sensor. He's caught in the trap. Francis with a headshot. He still knows that Primi behind that pillar. Low health, salvos to push him out. Wants him to come into the fight, and oh no! The salvos did their job, but Primi did his as well. Economy.
It's a really significant advantage that Talon will have with all these rounds in their bags, but okay. Spam through around mid at least notes that there is the Tejo really close.
The most important thing is going to be that they recognize that there were stingers, so I'm a little surprised that Francis was holding close, just trying to go for that off angle. But it's multiple people here. Domby good for one, but it's an immediate trade. There's the annihilation that eliminates the members. Nongshim, this isn't the fight you thought you wanted. And now a pinch on towards that B site. They're setting up the barrier mesh. Persia, he just needs to hide away. He's been spotted. He's been spotted right there between the smokes. He's holding on with the judge. They want to find him. There's the hops through and the trade for Primi. And Talon looking to try to finish this match just one step closer.
Eagle-eyed.
Margaret still alive. Calls for the Cosmic Divide. Talon they just want to get to match point. They don't want to risk anything. Would that Singer buy? I will say that this is a worthy investment. If it secures that match point, keeps you 7 rounds ahead. 7 chances is quite a bit. There's the Sonic Sensor. They know about it, and there's the gravity well. Jit Boys. So close. They don't like the hits that have been coming onto that B side. They rely on their firepower, but now was not the time. He's passed the salvos, a rocket of his own in hand, and B side opened up. Dombey is close, but you gotta respect the showstopper.
Just
Just gets blasted close range. Make sure no one's right around the corner. There's the barrier mesh. It spots Dombey as well, so you know the backup has arrived. And look at Band's position, holding all the way far back. Talon feeling so safe in this post plant. All angles covered. Sonic sensors still alive. Stealth drone, it does get popped. We'll get one ping, but there's the grab net. Dombey slowed down. He's stuck on it. He wants to get away, but he gets taken down. And Primi will help bring Talon to yet another top 4 position and couple steps away from Masters Bangkok.